Hello all. Today we will discuss operational amplifier as comparator. As we know that op-amp in the open loop configuration operates in a non-linear manner, and there are a number of applications in this mode such as comparators, converters, limiters and detectors. So in this video we will discuss about the role of op-amp as comparator and its applications. As we know that comparator is a circuit which compares a signal voltage applied at one input of an op-amp with a known reference voltage at the other input. Now, in an open loop op-amp, we have two inputs. One is called as non-inverting input and other is the inverting input. We can have our input signal at either of these terminals and the reference signal on the other terminal. So, depending upon this, we can have two types of comparators. One is non-inverting comparator, where input is applied at the non-inverting terminal, whereas second is the inverting comparator, where input is applied at the inverting terminal. And similarly, reference signal will be applied to the inverting terminal in the non-inverting configuration and at the non-inverting terminal at the inverting configuration. Now before moving forward, let's see that how this operational amplifier works in open loop case. Now as we know that in open loop configuration, the output of this op-amp is defined by the product of the difference of the two input voltages and the gain. The gain over here is defined as AOL and the difference to input voltage is VID, so our output will be defined by this. But this op-amp can never have an output voltage greater than plus VCC in the positive side and less than minus VEE in the negative side. Ideally, the gain of the op-amp is infinity. AOL is infinity, and practically AOL is around 10 raised to power 6. It means if my operating biasing voltage is plus VCC is at plus 12 volt and minus VE at minus 12 volt, then for a very small difference in the input voltages will lead my output voltage to this maximum voltage plus 12 or minus 12. I will call it here as plus V saturation and minus V saturation because the output voltage is slightly less than this biasing voltages, means the value can never be equal to 12, it will be less than 12. So I will call it here at plus V saturation and minus V saturation. It means in my transfer curve or the output and input curve, I will see that if this is my plus V saturation and this is my minus V saturation, then with the increase in the VID in the positive side will no doubt increase my output voltage, but up to a particular limit, then it will remain constant to that plus V saturation, equal to that V saturation. And similarly, in the negative side, it will increase up to a level of minus V saturation, then it will remain constant. Due to this reason, a very small difference of V1 and V2 or a very small value of VID will take my V output either to plus V saturation and to minus V saturation depending upon the polarity of the VID. It means if V1 is greater than V2, then my output will be plus V saturation. And if V1 is less than V2, then my V output will be minus V saturation. Now, using this concept, we will discuss our comparators. So let's first discuss our non-inverting comparator. In the non-inverting configuration, as I said, my input will be applied to the non-inverting terminal and the reference signal will be applied to the inverting terminal. Here I have assumed my input as a sinusoidal signal and my reference signal as plus voltage or positive voltage. So we can see here this orange color signal is my input signal and the reference signal is shown here with the green pen, which is plus positive voltage or plus sign. So whenever my input signal is greater than this reference signal or this orange signal is greater than this green signal, then my output must be taken towards, if V1 is greater than V2, here positive terminal voltage is V1 and this one is V2. So whenever my V1 is greater than V2, I must be taken to plus V saturation. So at the points where it is greater than the V reference, my output must be shifted to plus V saturation, and the other points it is less than V2, then it means it should be minus V saturation. Similarly, I have taken another example where I have taken my V reference a negative voltage. So my green line will be over here, and whenever this input signal voltage is greater than this V reference signal, my output will be plus V saturation, and exactly at this point my input is less than V reference, then it is now minus V saturation and so on. So in these two curves we can see that we are getting the wider pulse at the minus V saturation for V reference to be positive, and when my V reference is a negative voltage, then I am getting my width positive width or positive V saturation width more than the minus V saturation width. Second configuration is the inverting configuration. In the inverting configuration, my input will be applied to the inverting terminal and reference signal will be applied to the non-inverting terminal. So similarly with as I have discussed in the non-inverting configuration, the same circuit I am discussing in the inverting, but the inputs now has been reversed. So in this configuration, when my V1 will be greater than V2, here positive voltage I am taking V1 and negative as V2. So whenever my V1 will be greater than V2, again my output will be taken towards plus V saturation, and if V1 is less than V2, it will be minus V saturation. So let's see. Here the input that is applied at the inverting terminal is shown here with again the orange color, and the V reference is taken as a positive voltage, so it is shown here with the green pen. So whenever my input voltage is greater than the reference voltage, it means now in this case V2 is greater than V1 because input has been connected to the inverting terminal. So whenever my V2 is greater than V1, it means V2 is greater than V1, my output must be taken towards minus V saturation, and when V2 is less than V1, it must be taken to plus V saturation. So look here, so whenever my output voltage input voltage is greater than the V reference, my output is taken towards minus V saturation, and when it is less than, at this point it has reduced to a value lesser than the V reference and it has continued to be less than minus V reference, then up to here my output must be plus V saturation, right? And after this it will again come back to the minus V saturation over here. In the second case, I have taken my reference voltage signal as a negative voltage. So you can see here that the width of the pulse in the minus V saturation should be larger than the width in the plus V saturation, because it has now shifted downwards. More portion of my input signal is greater than the reference voltage, and less portion, due to the lesser portion lower than the V reference, my pulse for the plus V saturation will be smaller. So this is all about the inverting and the non-inverting configurations of comparator when I am using op-amp as a comparator. There are various applications of comparators. First one is the zero crossing detector, second is window detector, time marker generators, and the phase generator. I will discuss only the zero crossing detector in this video. Now the comparators I have used can be used as zero crossing detectors provided the V reference voltage must be equal to 0 volt. That's why it is the name comes here, that zero crossing detector means it is crossing now the 0 volt level. So in the inverting zero crossing detector, my input will be applied to the inverting terminal and reference will be at the non-inverting terminal. Reference is shorted over here, it means it is now 0 volt. So whenever my input signal is crossing this 0 mark, my output must be taken to, if it is connected at the input is connected at the inverting, then it must be taken to minus V saturation, and if it is less than this 0 volt mark or the 0 level, then it must be taken towards plus V saturation. So similarly for the non-inverting zero crossing detector, we will have my input signal at the non-inverting terminal and my inverting terminal will be connected to 0 volt, or reference has been set to the 0 volts. Now instead of taking a sinusoidal signal as my input signal, I am taking here a triangular signal whose time period is of 10 seconds. So it is now an assignment for you. You will tell me that for what values of time my output voltage will be minus V saturation from 0 to 15-second duration. Now kindly answer this question in the comment section, and let's see how many of you have understood this topic clearly. Thank you very much.